Hello everyone, RagingRaptor here and welcome to a new World of Tanks preview video, and today we've got a new map called Graf Zeppelin. And it is the second new map we are going to have a look at today, with Island being the other one, or maybe you already watched Wild Island and are now watching the Graf Zeppelin one. Now it is finally once again going to be a new winter map, and I already am excited because, hey, let's be honest, Severogorsk as well as Windstorm are still maps which are old but gold, you know. So let's just jump right into this map and have a look at what this map can do. And personally speaking, it looks fairly interesting, you know. It is one of those maps which has something for everybody. You know, we have the heavy side for brawling, we have the middle which is more for medium tanks, we have some snipey camp positions for TDs in their base, as well we have a more medium-ish focused right hand side, which is obviously reminding me a little bit at the other, like this really gives me the vibe of the map Live Oaks, you know, like with this little train crossing right here, with this open field right here. This just gives me a huge Live Oaks feeling on the right hand side. And I can already tell you that Live Oaks is really prone to getting artilleried when you are going in this corridor. However, as we mentioned before in the corridor theme, we have also corridors here. We have the heavy corridor right here, we have more the medium-ish corridor right here, and there's some medium other corridor right here. But you know, it's much more open. It's not a mountain pass. Mountain pass is just like, oh, you are on the glacier side, well, you can't do anything to anybody except for the other people which are on the glacier. So now let's just have a quick look at the middle position, because this one is fairly interesting in my opinion, as it not only has some buildings to help you stay safe, you have some hold down positions right here, but this is basically the wreckage of a Zeppelin which just came down and some snow went over it, and you can drive up here and have a pretty good hold down position. However, you have to keep in mind that you can get shot at from the people, from the TDs which are camping in their base. And if we're now looking at another picture from another angle, if you're going to the Live Oaks part of the map and get this right here, you might be able to sneak in some shots like this or like this, you know. So that will be very interesting. However, if you're able to YOLO into this position right here, you might even be able to spot a lot or give a lot of early information to your team. So this middle position, especially in the beginning, might be insanely popular for light tanks or EBRs to yeet in here and get some spots into the enemy TDs which are maybe camping here, or even spotting the enemy artillery. Let's be honest, that would be a joy to see when the clicker PDs are getting shot down. However, I have to say the middle position doesn't look too bad. Might be very interesting, high risk, high reward. You know, you have a lot of places to shoot into, and you also have a lot of places which can shoot at you. So we'll see how this is going to perform and what type of tanks are going to play here. My guess is SDB1, UDIS, 1516, Chieftain, Super Conqueror, everything which is basically very good at hold down and has fairly speed, except for the Super Conqueror obviously, should get into this position fairly nicely and be able to abuse it quite a bit. However, it is a little bit like Glacier, where in the middle you are most prone to artillery fire. Let's have a little bit of a look at the upper position where most of the heavies are going to play. And we are going to have a first look at this position right here, or roughly in this quadrant, when we are just looking at this huge destroyed hangar for the Zeppelins. Because again, this is Graf Zeppelin after all. There have to be a lot of Zeppelins around. We even have one called Ruinberg, and I'm already, oh no, not again. Because one thing you will notice in this screenshot is that it looks like, as with Island at the city part, Wargaming really tries hard to give every single hold down vehicle its own hold down spot. Just look, we have one here, we have one here, we have one here, we have one here, we have one here. That is a lot of hold down spots, and it's not getting better when we are having a look into one of the destroyed hangars. Yes, we have a part here which is part of the destroyed Zeppelin, and it's kind of hard to see what it's going to look like in here, but we have a hold down here, here, and here, as well as something here. You know, You don't even need to be picky as a hold down tank. You just find one and you're like, oh, look at that, I'm going to be hold down and have some fun. I am not that big of a fan of this game philosophy, you know. Hold down tanks are already fairly strong in the current meta, you know. Super Conqueror 279 is also considered more of a hold down tank because it only has very small cupolas. Sure, it does only have 5 degrees of gun depression, but yeah. And obviously, Chieftain, you know. The Chieftain is like the best hold down tank with a very small cupola and a turret which you cannot penetrate if you are a same tier opponent heavy tank, you know. This just makes it super easy to play those tanks. It literally like Fisher-Price's first tank cooldown game, you know. Sure, this is insanely close, like this might be a 50 meters, so your aim is going to be very, very important. Like for example on Pilsen, any of the both sides against each other. In the hangars as well, or in the I don't know what you want to call the container, place storage thingamajigs. You also have a very short fighting distance, but this feels even shorter, you know. You might even be able to do some very active attacking into here and try to get even up close and personal to the enemy, like Object 268 version 4 might be able to do that, or a fast heavy tank like a Chieftain could do that. Will be interesting to see how these close quarter engagements are going to pan out and how they're going to influence the game flow and the gameplay and what tanks will be very strong here. Now let's move on to the weird section right here. City village in the mountains. I like the looks of it. I'm not gonna lie, this gives me huge Death Stranding vibes, because there was also one like very destroyed part of the city way up in the mountains, and yeah, this gives me, but again, Baby Fisher-Price's first hold down game. Hold down position here, hold down position here, hold down position here, hold down position here, hold down position in here apparently, hold down position here, hold down position here, hold down position here, hold down position apparently here. You know, I'm not a big fan of that. I am genuinely not a big fan of that, and I think that Wargaming might want to rethink their choices of giving so many hold down positions. But again, we never played it, it's just something I want to point out, which I think is a little bit too much, especially after seeing the Zeppelin with Ruinberg on it, and we already know that Ruinberg just became hold down city, you know. I'm just not that happy. I don't think how Ruinberg, or how you guys perceive the Ruinberg changes. For me, it's just like, it's kind of boring, so many hold down changes. I do like that they opened up the cathedral, you know. That's a very, very nice change, and it makes you play a lot smarter, or have to think a lot harder, because you have now two enemies. You have one which is there, you have one which is there, if you are playing aggressively. But there's so many hold down positions, not a big fan. Let's go back and talk about the number one position a little bit more from another angle, and this is one of the other side, and now you can see that it is very, very open. This is not a hold down position, this is not cover, this is just a little bit, a small bump in the terrain. And you can also see now that here we have also a decent chunk of cover, however it is far less hold down-ish meta. Sure, we have something right here, we have something right here, and something right here, but that's about it. Here we had so much more. So even if you, for example, lost this destroyed Zeppelin hangar as your team, you are still able to try and hold off hordes of enemies in this small village position. And you might also have seen you are not able so far to drive around out here, so we don't have a flanking opportunity going like this, like. But look at this position right here. This one will be so hard to get a person out. Like, just place a mouse here and people have to overpeak so much. And when we go back to the overview of the map, so he's around here, and you have TDs here, and here they will just eat you alive, you know? Like, that has to be a very, very strong position. But now, let's just move on to the remaining section of the map, the Live Oaks section of the map. And again, the biggest issue I'm having here is too little cover against artillery, and not even foliage cover, you know. This doesn't look like this is a big dip, you know. It's a small-ish unevenness of the terrain, but it's really not good cover, and that just kind of makes me sad, because it kind of takes away of this position to be played, you know. If you want to play this in a tier 10 medium tank and you get a free RD game, you are basically those RDs are coming to you like It's real estate. And they just eat you alive, you know? I don't know. I generally don't like this. Sure, we have this position right here, which gives fairly cover, but then again, you have to drive from here up here, while meanwhile some mediums might even stay here or even up here still, you know? You have some cover from this derailed train section right there, but I don't know. I don't know. It really reminds me, or this section really is for me, Live Oaks 2.0 or Chinese or Empire's Border 2.0, where they also try to do it much more open, and the concerns are that already has it too easy there. So let's just go to a conclusion. Personally, I'm super hyped to see another winter map. Like, sweet! Winter map, that's nice. We rarely have those anymore, you know? We don't have many of those, and I still enjoyed Severogorsk as well as Windstorm back in the days. And here we have some interesting features. You have this hangar for the Zeppelin, this destroyed hangars for some heavy fights, you know. We have a lot of camping positions, maybe a little bit too much for the TTs. Like this one is very up forward with bushes right here, so it might be super easy to play here and shoot at the people right here and right here. However, you can see the bushes are only here and not in this section, but there are also bushes here and here. So it will be for TTs very easy to defend this side, except if they're losing the Live Oaks part of the map. And again, the Live Oaks part of the map, I kind of hope Wargaming is going to slightly revamp this, because my gut is saying, nah, not going to be nice. It's way too open, you know. But overall, I have to say the map looks interesting. I do enjoy, just from the idea island, the previous map I talked about, or maybe the first this map we are going to watch in just a second, a little bit more than this one. But this one is not bad. And again, winter map, I like this. I genuinely like this, and it looks unique. Sure, again, I'm making fun of the Live Oaks section here, but this kind of, I don't know, it's something more unique-ish, and this very close engagement for heavy tanks over there, like that is very interesting. That is very interesting. It really will make you try hard, like, you know, get your aim up to date, get your aim very nicely to hit the enemies very nicely in their cupolas or in their weak spots. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you think about Graf Zeppelin. Don't forget to subscribe to be always up to date with everything World of Tanks related. My name is RagingRaptor. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a very Merry Christmas and have a great time with your families, your friends, and can just relax a little bit. And I hope it is a safe and sound endeavor for you. And yeah, one more thing, guys. Almost we have 10,000 subs. Now that is freaking insane. Thank you so much for this awesome Christmas gift. Cheers, good luck on the battlefield, and I'll see you around. Bye bye.